So y equals mx plus b is the equation for a line. All right, it's the formula. When I say what is the formula for a line, this is what I'm talking about. So it's going to make a straight line. The line could go up or the line could go down. Okay? Y equals mx plus b is the formula for a line. So we have the slope formula, we got the midpoint formula, we got the distance formula, and now we have the line formula. Okay? All right. X and y are a point. So write that down, please. X comma y is a point. So we've been doing that in this class. X comma y is a point. M, yes, this is the same thing. This is review. Some of y'all were asking about. M is review. What does M stand for? Slope. Okay, same thing. So this is kind of review, but we are going to add something new in today. So M is slope. And B stands for your, or your y-intercept. Please write both of those so you can put SV for the short. So SV is your starting value, and it's your y-intercept. They're called both of those, so you have to know both of them. It's called both of them. Okay, number 1 says write the equation of a line with a slope of 4 through the point -3, 4. Write this on your paper for number 1. You're just writing -3, 4 right now for number 1. You don't have to write all the words. Just write -3, 4. And it tells us the slope is 4. Well, what letter do we use for slope? M. So put M equals 4 on your paper. So right now you should have two things written down, -3, 4, and you should have M equals 4 on your paper. Okay, it says write an equation of a line. That means you're going to have to use the line formula. That is y equals mx plus b. So now you should start writing. Everything I write in red, you should write on your paper. So the formula we're using is y equals mx plus b. What do I make you label points as? Good. X and y. Remember, if I write it in red, you should write it on your paper. So we're labeling them x and y. And now we're going to have to plug into the formula like we always do. So what did I just say y was? 4. Y is 4. Everybody look up here. Everybody look up here. Y is 4. So we're putting it in the y spot. We're plugging it in. We're plugging it in. M, we wrote right here. M is also 4. So we're not going to write M. We're going to write 4 instead. This means multiply. Remember, we've talked about that before. If you have two letters next to each other, that means multiply. So I'm going to put parentheses, though, because that will help me in the calculator. And I also know what x is. I'll look up here. X is -3. Do I have b written anywhere up here? No. So I have to put plus b because I don't know what that one is. I don't have a number for that one. So draw your line through your equals like we always do. Draw your line through your equals and circle b. Today, we're going to find out what b is. B is your y-intercept. That's what we're finding out today. Okay, you do parentheses first. So 4 times -3. Okay, so I'm going to put -12 plus b. Okay, I'm trying to get b alone, trying to get b all by itself. So you have to move stuff away from b. Got to move stuff away from b. So what's with b right now? -12. So -12 is going to move, and it's going to become +12. Okay, so what's 4 plus 12? 4 plus 12? And that equals b. You could also write b equals 16. You could write your answer either way that makes more sense to you. B is 16. Okay. One more easy step to do. One more easy step. You need to go back, and we're going to have to plug in and write our answer like a line. Let me explain what I mean by that. If it was multiple choice, they're going to have the answer as y equals, so let's go ahead and write that. Y equals. They're going to have the M and the B, they're going to have numbers in those spots. I always call that your milk and brownies, okay? Everybody wants their milk and brownies. So, what did we say M was in the very beginning? 4. So you're going to put 4, and you're going to put an X beside it because it's slope. Going to put an X beside of it. Going to put the plus, and now we know what B is. What's B? 16. So that's what the answer would look like if you had to choose it on multiple choice. Y equals 4x plus 16. Okay, I know that was new. By the time we get done with it, you'll know how to do these in your sleep, okay? So, number 2, write the equation of a line with a slope of -2 through the point -4, -1. Jacob S., what's something I want you to write on your paper? M equals what? -2 on this one. Okay, M is slope. Okay, so you need to write that on your paper. M equals -2. Bishop, what's something else I want you to write down on your paper? Very good. -4, -1. So those are the 2 pieces I need you to write down. All right. Chuck, what did I say was the formula for a line? Y equals, there you go, Y equals mx plus b. So that's the formula for a line. Okay, Allison, how do we label our point? Saria, what's going to go in the Y spot? What number is Y? -1, very good. So that goes in the Y spot. You're not going to write Y anymore. You're going to write -1 instead. Chad, what's going to go in the M spot? They're not here. Andrea, what's going to go in the M spot? I'm sorry, the X spot. All right, this is multiply. Please put it in parentheses. That will help you later on. Put it in parentheses. And then we're going to put plus B. We're going to put plus B. All right, Daniel, what do I need to do next? So you do parentheses first, so you're going to multiply. That gives you +8 and drop down your plus B. And we'll circle B. All right, Gracie, what needs to move away from B? Very good. And so it becomes -8 because it crossed the line. So it became -8. All right, Ethan H. What do you get? Okay, for my final answer, I have to put it back in the formula. I have to have my milk and my brownies. I got to have my milk and my brownies. So for my final answer, you're going to write Y equals. But instead of writing M, you are going to put a number in that spot. What is M? -2. M is -2. And then you're going to put the X right next to it. And you can put a plus, but I would prefer for you to put -9 instead. I would prefer for you to put -9 instead of plus a negative. I'm not going to count it wrong, but I prefer it written like that, -9. So you put a number in that spot, and you put a number in that spot for your final answer. y equals negative 2x minus 9. All right, number 3, write an equation of a line with a slope of 1/2 through the point 2, 3. Tamara, what do I want you to write on your paper? M equals what? M is, because M is slope. M stands for slope. That's just the abbreviation that they use in math. So M is 1/2. Haley, what else do they want you to write on your paper? The point 2, 3. Dylan, what formula are we using for a line? Y equals mx plus b. Good, Dylan. All right, Ethan G, what's going to go in for y? Good, so we'll label that. So y is 3. Joey, what's going in for m? Good, 1/2 goes in for m. And Daniel, what goes in for x? Plus b. All right, Chad, what do I do next? Very good. It gives you what? 1. Very good. So you do your parentheses first. So you multiply those. And Joey, what's going to happen next? All right, I got to get b by itself. So what has to move away from it? And what do I write over here? Good. So that gives you 2. All right, Tamara, give it a shot for the final answer. Okay, what goes in for m? What do we put at the top of our paper for m? 1/2. And what do you have to put next to the m? An x plus what? B is 2. So you're putting in for your milk and your brownies where you're plugging in for. 1/2 x plus 2. Okay. Raise your hand if you have a question. Okay. All right, number 4. Number 4, Dylan. What do I need to write on my paper? Okay, what letter do we use for slope? Good. So m equals 0 and 5, negative 8. Anybody tell me what 0 slope makes them think of? Yeah, but what does 0 slope make you think of? Yeah. Okay, so Andrew and Allison hit on it. It's going to be, remember 0 slope is a straight line. What kind of slope does this have? 0 slope. So 0 slope and no slope are our special situations. Does that make sense when I say that? They're our special ones. This one's the 0 slope and this one is the no slope. So those are our special situations. So instead of having to do the work, you can take shortcuts on the special ones. Okay? All right. Write this on your paper. Yoxin. Yoxin. Write this down somewhere. Y-O-X-N. Y-O-X-N. Yoxin. All right, I'm going to write it right here so I have more room to explain it. Okay. What this means is if you have zero slope, you zoom in right here. This is zero slope. Zero slope is what that means right here. If it's zero slope, it's going to be a y equals a number. That's all it's going to be. And this will make more sense in a minute. If it's zero slope, your answer is just going to be y equals a number. If it is no slope, then it's going to be x equals a number. All right, and y'all just did that on your test and you got them right. For instance, if it was y equals 2, then y'all put a point at 2 and you drew a straight line, okay? And you said it was zero slope. So y'all know how to do that. So this is my little chart, my little shortcut chart, so I don't have to do as much work. Okay, so let's go back to the problem. Is it zero slope or no slope? It's 0. So this is 0. So I go, that means it's going to be y equals a number is going to be my answer. Y equals a number is going to be my answer. I need to label my point. Which one of those is the y number, the 5 or the -8? So it's going to be y equals -8 is my answer. Y equals -8 is my answer. Okay, number 5, write the equation of a line with no slope through the point -5, 6. So write this on your paper, no slope and -5, 6. Write that down. Okay, what does no slope make you think of? A straight line going up and down. So it's a special situation. So again, we're going to use Yachson. If it's zero slope or no slope, you can take a shortcut. All right, this one's no slope. So you zoom in right here. This is no slope. And it goes with the what letter? X. So it's going to be x equals a number. It's going to be x equals a number. So you look up here, label these. Which one's the x? The -5. So it's x equals -5. That's your answer. Okay. All right, number 6. Write the equation of a line through -3, 2 with a slope of 1/3. All right, we got this. Let's keep going. Ethan H., what would I write on my paper? Okay, y equals mx plus b. So this is number 6. Zaria, what's something else I should write on my paper? Perfect. Write down your point, -3, 2. Ethan G., what else am I going to write on my paper? All right, what would you label the point? And Jacob S., what else? Very good. M equals 1/3. M equals 1/3. All right, Andrew, what's going in for y? Gracie, what goes in for m? Very good. Haley, what goes in for x? Plus b. All right, Andrew, what am I going to do next? Perfect. So you can type that in your calculator. It gives you -1. Very good. Bishop, what's going to happen next? Okay, Bishop, we're trying to get B by itself, so what has to move away from B? Okay, we got to move this number over here. -1 moves over here, becomes +1. Gives me 3 equals B. All right, Allison, give it a try for the final answer. Excellent. Got to put in your milk and your brownie numbers. Okay, y equals 1/3 x plus 3. Very good, guys. All right, number 7, write the equation of a line through -10, -11 with a slope of 4/5. All right, I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes to try this one. It's not. All right, so put your stuff in the right spots. Then you do parentheses first. Parentheses first. So 4/5 times -10. You can type that in your calculator. You just use the division button for fractions. Just use the division button. What did you get? -8. Okay, circle B. And so you're trying to get B alone. So move -8 over here and it becomes +8, which gives you -3. All right. Andrea, give it a try for the final answer. Don't forget to put an X next to it. And then what else? What did we just figure out B was? Yep. And so instead of putting a plus, we're going to put -3. -3. Okay. Good. All right. Last one again. I'm going to let people try it on their own, then we'll work it out up here. Okay, let's see where we are. Joey, what do you have so far? Okay, what else? Okay. Okay, and what do you do next then? Then I'll let you off the hook. What would you do next? Right here. You would multiply those in your calculator. Okay, get your calculator out. All right, so I draw my line. Allison? Okay, stop there. Go. We got to get other people here. Okay. Gracie, what would you do next? Very good. Gives you -12 for your B. Okay. Tamara, try to write your final answer. What would your final answer be? Very good. Excellent job. Anybody get that before I did? Yeah. Very good. Very good. Okay. Oreos.